Hello, vapors and friends. My name is David. I am going to have a little bit of amateur coil making hour with you. Hopefully it's not an hour. What I'm going to show you today is how I make twisted flat ribbon wire coils. I bought, some flat ribbon wire. 0.8 by 0.1 millimeter. I bought 50 feet of it. I started making coils and I just wasn't impressed. It seemed to take a long time to heat up, and it did a lot of spitting of the e-juice and really didn't create a whole lot of vapor, in my opinion. So what I decided to do was I took 2 lengths of it and I put them together, twisted them up, and made a coil, and I was quite impressed with how it tasted. So what I do to get started is I take my flat ribbon wire and get it unstuck, and then I'm going to take 3 feet of the flat ribbon wire. So I'm going to pull out 3 feet of it. Okay. And now we'll clip that, some nail clippers, and then we'll make sure to put this back in here so it doesn't unspoil all over the bench, because nothing worse than your ribbon wire just exploding everywhere. Now we'll take the ribbon wire and we're going to fold it directly in half on top of each other, and we're going to get rid of these nasty little edges here. We want it all nice, neat, completely flat. And then what we'll do is we'll just put them on top of each other like this. Okay, ignore my super dry hands. This weather in Cleveland, Ohio just doesn't know what it wants to do. Alright, what I do is I lined them up together and I put a fold in it. Then I'll squeeze that fold with some pliers. And then we'll take that and we're going to put it into our drill right in the end. We're going to snug it up inside of there and tighten her up so she's good and tight. She's not going anywhere. And then I'll stretch it out nice and tight and make sure that we've got one on top of the other, and then I'll just pinch these together down here. Okay, perfect. As perfect can be. And then I'll take some pliers and I'll grab the end. Okay, just like that. And then what I like to do is just fold my hand over a little bit so I know it's not going anywhere. Make sure I got it pulled completely tight. I'll bring it down, show you the business end of it, and we'll start off kind of slow, giving her a spin. Okay. Alright, go ahead and just start off slow, and then you can speed it up as you go. You want to keep tension on there as best you can, and go ahead and just keep spinning it. Once it's tight enough, it'll break itself off. Okay, keep that tension. You got to pull kind of hard, and just keep spinning. It'll break off when it's ready. There it goes. Alright, we'll set our drill aside, and I'll bring in the twisted ribbon wire so you can take a look at it. And there it is. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool looking. It's actually kind of hard to stare at for a long time. Makes your eyes bug out. Alright, now what we want to do is we're going to cut about a 6-inch length of it, or so. I don't have a ruler or anything. I'm just cutting some wire with some toenail clippers. Alright, now we've got our length of wire. We're going to take a drill bit, and we're going to take a 5 5/64 drill bit, as long as I can find it again. Hold one moment, please. Alright, we've got our 5/64 drill bit. Boom. Okay, well, first I'm going to go ahead and torch the wire to get some of the springiness out of it, okay? So I'm going to take my trusty Benzomatic and I'm going to light it over here. I've started keeping a candle lit by where I'm doing my work so I can just light my torch off of my candle, because it can be kind of a pain in the ass trying to light it while you're holding wires and, you know, doing all kinds of other crap. It's not the best torch in the world, but you know what? It was cheap and it does what it's supposed to do. Alright, now we've got that. Didn't set anything on fire. It's cooled off by now. Now what we'll do is we'll do about 7 wraps on a 5/64 drill bit. Okay, and the 7 wraps is going to give us about 0.7, 0.8 ohms with this twisted flat ribbon wire, okay? So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wraps, okay? There is our 7 wraps, and what we'll want to do is just tidy them up a little bit, pull them. I like to pull them with my tweezers to get them tight. Okay, got that there. Pull this one tight. Alright, and that's about as good as we're going to get before attaching it to our device. So that is what we're looking at. Cool. Alright, now we can trim up our leads a little bit. I like to leave one a little bit longer than the other. Makes it easier to get them through the posts. Alright, what I got here is I've got an iGo W base, and I'm actually going to be using a Trident V2 clone top cap, because the base of the Trident V2 clone kind of sucks. The nuts that go on top of the posts seem to strip out if you look at them funny. So I've started just using it because the cap fits perfectly on this iGo W base. So I get the adjustable airflow and I don't have to hate my life. So there we go. Got the tails in there, and we'll go ahead and tighten them down. First we'll go with this one here. Tighten there down. You don't want to tighten it too much because then you'll snap your wire. You just want to make sure you're snug. Okay, so that one's snug in there, and now we'll go ahead and tighten down the center post. Of course no one can see what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Good and snug in there. Alright, now we'll give this a little twist and a pull, just to make sure that we're not touching anything, we're not rubbing. Last thing you want to do is short it out. Alright, now we'll take our ohm meter. We want to make sure we check our ohms. Okay, alright, got that on there. Moment of truth, I guess. Alright, 0.73 ohms. Make sure we're not shorted out or bad connection anywhere. Perfect. Alright, now we'll go ahead and trim these wires off. Boom, just like that. Maybe, if you can see it. There we go. Alright, now we'll take her off of this ohm meter, and we're going to connect it to a Stingray clone. So we'll put her on top of the Stingray clone, and we want to make sure that we're practicing good battery safety. So what I've got here, I've got a Sony 30 amp VTC5. It's 18650, 3.7 volts, and it's 2600 milliamp. I think right now it's about at 3.7 volts charge. So we'll put our top cap on, unlock it, make sure we're snug, and then we'll go ahead and pulse this. Make sure we're heating up. We want to try and get it heating up from the inside out. We might have to take some tweezers or pinchy devices of your choosing and give them a little pinch. Okay. Now we'll pulse it again. Make sure we're not touching anywhere. Looks good. We'll pulse it again. Alright. Getting there. One more little squeeze here, see what happens. Alright. Well, let's fire it again. There we go. Looking party. Alright. We'll lock her down, wick her up, and then we'll see how she vapes. Okay. And what I've got here, I just got myself a piece of organic cotton, boiled it, did all that other fancy jazz with it, and yeah. We'll go ahead and twist ourselves a wick. Okay. Nice pointy end there. We'll feed her through. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. Alright. I want to make sure it's snug in there. Just like that. That's good enough. And now we'll just trim it down a little bit. Don't really need to leave yourself a whole ton of wick, but whatever your heart desires. You want more, you want less. We're just out there to vape and stay off of tobacco cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this wick underneath here. Then we'll wrap this one around here. Everybody's got their own way of wicking and wrapping and all that kind of stuff. I'm just here giving you a solution. If you're anything like me and you bought yourself a whole ton of, well, not a whole ton, but a bunch of ribbon wire and you didn't like how it worked out. Alright, let's go ahead and juice up our coil. I've got here some Juice Mafia grape vape. So I'm going to just drench up my coil. Get the wick nice and saturated. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. Now we'll fire it up. Make sure she's still producing. There we go. Buzzing away, quite the thing. Perfect. Alright, let's put our top cap on. We'll make sure the hole is directly in front of those coils. Make sure the other side is closed off. And we'll go ahead and see how she vapes. Alright, well, thank you for watching me through that awful tutorial. So we've got a twisted flat ribbon wire at 0.73 ohms with some 6 milligram grape vape from Juice Mafia. Let's see how she does. Not bad. Still trying to learn the good way of blowing smoke rings. Vape rings, I'm sorry. Oh well. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And keep on vaping.